Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. In the last episode, we took on OD and got his time stop shard, which God knows if I'll ever even use. Possibly. And then we took on, Iga and got his shard. We also have Jeebel's glasses, which I'm going to take off. There's no reason to have those on. Alright. We're going to do a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Staging. We're not going to need luck, so let's look for something that's better defense than Jeebel's glasses. If you tell me nothing is better defense than Jeebel's glasses, except the safe ring, I will be shocked and appalled. I am shocked and appalled. Huh. How much do they get? It's a defense 3. Okay. Well, like I said, I still don't want that magic thing, so let's look for something that's, like, slightly less defense. Dance mask. What do they do? Int 3, con 2. Hyperventilator, no. Ofuda Talisman, no. I'm also looking for things that will make me look slightly less ridiculous. Demon necklace. This is as good in terms of defense. So that's the best we're gonna get. Best scarf, best... yeah. Alright. So... shortcuts. I said we were gonna do some staging. So... paste current. Let's see. And then edit the shards. I want this to be... We're gonna leave accelerator on. Registorama. Directed shield, that's fine. That, though, is going to be... Come here. Words of wisdom. Alright. And before I do anything, I'm going to change to that. There we go. Now, shortcuts. Let's see. This one, paste current, edit. We're going to change these up. I'm going the wrong way. I want this one to be welcome company, healing. Let's see, what's a good one? Chaser arrow. Words of wisdom, stay on. Alright. So now, paste current. Oh, right. Edit. We're gonna get the Oracle Blade on this one, by the way. Let's see. What's another good? Draconic Rage. Gale Crawler. Head Flail. It's actually not bad, but let's see. We got Welcome Company, Registorama, and Vashia. Accelerator, I'm gonna leave that on. Directed shield. We're gonna get Ruinous Rude, Words of Wisdom. Alright, so right. I got Welcome Company, Vashia, Registorama. Then the Oracle, 2 with the Rava Valar, 1 with the Oracle Blade. You know what? Edit. We're going to give that one, actually, the Valkyrie sword. So I've got 3... I can word. I've got 3 different setups for fighting the final boss. Or technically, the final boss says, yeah, I know, you're shocked. Okay, we're good with potions, certainly. We are definitely good with, foods. I got, you know, meat and fish hot pots. Those are, like, high potions. We've gotten every book. As you can see, our stats are kind of ridiculous at this point. Now, I'm gonna go visit Todd before we, you know, go to the head on, because I want to get back to standard appearance. As much as I love the customization, and I do, I just feel like, we're missing a hair apparently. Or maybe it's just the one that I think is DLC. So, I just want to go where we've got the standard skin color. Okay.
The look suits you.
I just feel, even though we're gonna look kind of rainbow pimp gear silly with that hat, I feel like it is, I don't know, somewhat important to be standard Miriam in the end. Alright, now we're gonna make our way. You are a dick. Stay down. I just oh, that's nice. Yeah, remember how I said I got my resist, strike, thrust, and whatever the hell up to 9? I got those shards up to 9 too. Right, shard. Directed shield. I really do love directed shield, but dimension shift. We're gonna need it.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
Right.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
By the way, as I said, this area is based on Cocytus. The... isn't there something around here? I could have sworn there was a... I guess not. There was an MP max up around here, but I don't know. Anyway, Cocytus, the final 9th circle of hell. Yeah, we're gonna save. Something about the Cocytus is the circle reserved for traitors. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. So, let's see. Wait, no, we're just gonna do... We'll start with this. I think that's good. Uh-oh. Definite uh-oh. By the way, this will happen even if you never sell her any shards. Oh boy.
So even Gramarye has failed me. Alfred was afraid of what you could do with the shards, but not I.
Look at you. Is that what you wanted? The crystal? You betrayed us, Dominique.
Oh, don't think me ungrateful. I have you and Johannes to thank for teaching me the alchemist's lore and how to control the shards. Shards, I might add, which you gave to me of your own will. Your sacrifice has become my strength.
Why are you doing this?
Because once again, the demons appeared, and once again God stayed silent, while his servants were slaughtered mercilessly one by one. So I began to wonder, what if there is no God? What if the Lord we grovel and pray before is a lie, and our faith draws power from some other nameless, unspeakable thing? If so, I wash my hands of it, because God can rot. I decided to seek a higher power, the power to slay gods.
Do you realize
so
how many
Japanese.
people have died as a result?
They deserve to die, because they were weak, and more will follow until I obtain all I desire.
You are one seriously crazed up Fruit Loop.
This whole mess wasn't enough for you?
If the last summoning had been enough, I wouldn't have had to bring you here.
You're after a more powerful demon. Sheeple's crystal wasn't enough to summon it, so you needed mine instead.
Smart girl. I like that. But your crystal was too clean, too pure. So I made sure you would obtain shards and acclimate yourself to demonic power. Then Gremory could possess you after the battle with Jeeble had worn you down. If Zangetsu hadn't betrayed me.
Doing the right thing isn't a betrayal.
By the way, this game passes the Bechdel test.
You know what? I never expected to be put in a corner like this. You leave me no choice but to play my final card.
Oh boy.
I will use my crystal and the Libelo Gaiath to summon Baal, the ultimate demon.
Do you realize what will happen to you?
Do you? You don't. So I'll tell you. There's a reason Jeeble survived 10 years ago.
What does he have to do with this?
It was in his blood. An exorcist, like me. Our blood suppressed the crystal corruption and effectively spared his life. And now I have surpassed him. I command the crystal through Enochian script. No demon is too powerful for me to summon, even if I cannot keep it here forever.
But the process is slow, because I can see the summoning isn't complete.
Do you really think you can stop me before then?
Oh yes, I do. You don't understand what power is for. You wield it stupidly, arrogantly, and now you will pay the price.
Okay, so this lady is a bitch and a half. She's got shards. Bloodsteel may not be the worst thing for you. Accelerator is also really nice to just follow her wherever she roams. She attacks with a whip. Keep an eye on your health. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that might be one of those moments where you want to change to the directed shield. Ouch. Yeah, she'll get a lot of mileage out of your favorites too. Ugh. Just try not to use healing items on Dominique if you can.
Leave me no choice. Baal, I summon thee to my side.
Right, try not to use healing items while fighting Dominique if you can avoid it, because you go right into this one. And if you die fighting Baal here, you have to fight Dominique again. You're a cute one. Boy. Oracle Blade can sometimes be good against Dominique if you don't want to get too close. Ow, well that was stupid. Just start whack-a-lating the heads.
Pray while you can.
Okay. Okay, now, Bale has a very... doesn't actually have a whole hell of a lot of... Okay, I'm... wait, shortcuts, dumbass. Okay, what's good? Oracle Blade... Rava Valar with Welcome Company, what am I looking for? Something... Riga Storama, actually not that great right now. Faskia. And, of course, the Ruinous Root. As you can see, Dominique is in the human head of Bale. You're going to want... Oh, that was not what I wanted. Focus your attacks on that one. Okay. You're going to want to be careful, because that head is going to do... Well then! Demonologist and Dethroned. I have killed every demon in the game. That's Demonologist and Dethroned. I beat the final boss. I was a little over-leveled. If you want this fight to be a challenge, don't go for every shard. Don't fight OD. Wow, this is just, taking a bit, isn't it? But yeah, don't do all the showing off and grinding that I did if you want this fight to be a challenge. It's basically like Chaos from, Bale is like Chaos from Aria of Sorrow.
She could have done so much good, but...
I know.
Wait. The Liber Logaeth.
The book that started it all. What are you going to do with it?
The same thing the Master was trying to do before he died. He inscribed Enochian letters onto each of the castle's structural weaknesses.
Which was what he was doing when we ran into him at the very beginning of the game.
Now, I will use the book to perform a rite here at the heart of the castle. The rite will activate the Enochian script and send the castle and demons back from whence they came.
We're not gonna have to Samus Aran book it out of here, are we?
So that's what Alfred was trying to accomplish.
We need to begin. Stand back, Miriam.
So of course she doesn't move. This is so cool. It really is. I strongly suspect this particular scene was intended to evoke the disappearance of the castle in Reverse Castle from Symphony of the Night. There should not be Kana on a signpost in a village in England.
It's over.
Yes. You've made the world right again.
Not without sacrifice. Jeeble, Alfred, Zongetsu.
Jeebel's fate was already sealed. There was nothing you could have done. And the Master and Zangetsu made their own choices. They fought gladly and proudly for what they believed in. Lives like theirs deserve to be celebrated.
True. And demons still remain in this world. We can grieve later, after finishing the last of them off.
That reminds me. The Master took note of how I was forestalling your corruption and suggested some improvements. I think I might be able to stop the crystal from overtaking you permanently.
Really?
I can't make any promises, but yes, I think.
Well, thank you, Johannes.
You're very welcome. Come on, let's go home.
That's interesting.
All right.
By the way, this is added. If you've watched any of the Day 1 Let's Plays, this was not in the ending. It was added in a patch. Did you see that shadow? Oh gosh. And now we have the credits. And these things are going to last for like several minutes. So this could be a longer episode than usual. But yeah, if you have the thing set to the highest resolution, which I can't remember right off the top of my head. Oh look, actual last names for these characters. If you have it set to that high resolution, you will see Zangetsu doing a solid snake sneak behind them. Yeah. Because he was intended to be voiced by David Hayter right from the beginning. Staffs. I don't know, it always just seems... Shouldn't that be staves? No. Right. Curry the Kid. It's nice to see you're still working on these. I have no idea if that's actually a name for Iga or not. I doubt it. Ai Shinahara. Anyway, so, since this is going to be a very long credits sequence, mostly because they name every Kickstarter backer, and I'm in there somewhere. I should be in Clan Proton John. I have never managed to find my own name. So, yeah. It's one of those things. I'll look. And I can't remember if I'm in there as, like, I probably wouldn't be in there as Penadaily, because this identity didn't exist back then. So we'll just have to see. But now it's time to talk about this game. Obviously, I love it. I have been waiting to do this Let's Play since I started doing Let's Plays. Because I started doing Let's Plays after, like, half a year after or more after I backed this. It was always in my mind that I wanted to do this game. I mean, how could I not? I love Metroidvanias. Aria of Sorrow was one of my favorites. And this game, I tend to think of it, one of the complaints people had about it was that it didn't do anything new. Well, no. As Yahtzee says, it is kind of a supercut of all the best Castlevania games. More than that, though, I tend to think of it as it's Iga's final exam, or final project. This project contains everything he learned overworking, and everything his team learned overworking on Castlevania games from Symphony of the Night to present. It learns from the mistakes they made, and it keeps the things they did that were good. I mean, obviously, you know, it is a Metroidvania, so Symphony of the Night with the multiple weapons and the thing, you know, the RPG elements and the food and all of that. Pardon me. And also, it learned from the tediousness that was the inverted castle. Note that there's two quote-unquote post-game bits, where, you know, two unlockable bits where suddenly it's like, oh hey, there's more of this place to explore. But they're far less tedious than the inverted castle. The underground waterway can get a little bit of a pain in the ass to explore, especially when you're trying to use, if you don't know where to go and you're trying to use the aqua stream, assuming you even got it, because sometimes I do think it was, we'll get to that. Anyway, so, you know, then there was Circle of the Moon, which I don't think Iga actually worked on, but it still learned a few things from it, though it learned those mostly from the mistakes it made and didn't make in future bits. Then Harmony of Dissonance, it manages to do side quests better. It definitely has a good visual style of a happy medium. It's lush rather than being dark, which, you know, again, figured out how to do it rather than being like Harmony of Dissonance or Circle of the Moon. It, of course, borrows Aria of Sorrow's soul mechanic, and then it borrows things about how Dawn of Sorrow handled it. The grade on the shards, that comes from Dawn of Sorrow. Using upgrading shards is sort of like the way you could bind souls to better weapons in Dawn of Sorrow. Of course, Portrait of Ruin gave us the side quests even farther, and I would definitely say some of the... and of course, there's the villager mechanic from Order of Ecclesia. Also, Miriam is sort of like Shinoa, I think, in a lot of ways, that Iga sort of wanted to try at the character again. Miriam and Jeebel's relationship is a lot like Albus and Shinoa's, only because Miriam doesn't have amnesia, they were able to give it more depth and interest. There's so many... The crafting definitely is to some extent a huge expansion of Symphony of the Night. Or Symphony of the Night of Dawn of Sorrow. This game really has a lot of Symphony of the Night in it, obviously, because that was the first. That's the one everybody remembers with the most fondness. Aria's still my favorite. Honestly, I thought the voice acting was actually pretty good. Some of the accents, not so much. I loved the fact that they got Robbie Belgrade, and in Japanese, they got Alucard, Aracado's voice actor. Here we are, the backers. They got Alucard / Aracado's voice actor out of retirement. He had retired to focus more on his music, and he came back. But yeah, in Japanese, it's I'm blanking on his name now. But that guy was, he also voiced OD, because he's basically Alucard. And because I am a fanfic writer, I actually have a fanfic going on that he's actually, that OD really is a dimensionally displaced Alucard, but, you know, that's just me being silly. I do that a lot. Yeah, so, I mean, it isn't actually that hard of a game, especially if you grind to do all the things. Or do all the things. Are we cool yet? Yes, we are very cool. That was a lot of... I didn't miss Clan Proton John, did I? Gary Okami Gibbs. Nice. These names aren't in any kind of alphabetical order in here, unfortunately, so who the hell knows where my name might be. That's just one of those things that happens. We'll see. But yeah, because they're showing everybody... And I want the Order of the Army of the Night achievement, which you get from watching the entire credits all the way through. So no skipping. I'm sorry I missed showing you... Dio. Speaking of Dio OD... Aww. Somebody put their deceased dog, Clan Rapier. What was I at? Yeah, no, I was Clan Proton John. I'm not sure who these people were. I had to look it up because, you know, it had been so long since I backed the game, I couldn't remember what clan I'd picked, whether it was Proton John or Chugga Conroy. Kamikaze. Aww. I wonder how many of the pets in this game, all 5 of the 5 pets in this game, I wonder how many are deceased animals. That's sad. I had a kitty many years ago. His name was Rodeo. I got him when I was 4, and he died when I was 18. That cat just had the living crap beaten out of him on so many occasions. Don't have an outdoor cat, people. On top of everything it does to the environment, it's not good for the cat. You do not want to be 7 years old and know 3 different types of feline antibiotics and how to administer them to the cat. I recommend the Pareto method. To my amazing family. Aww. Aw, that's sweet too. Yeah, I like the actual messages. I think if you paid a little extra, you could get these in. Aww. Yeah. Let's see. Just keeps going. Like, seriously, this does just keep going. This music is pretty, but geez Louise. So yeah, was this worth waiting 4 years for? Absolutely. The thing is, people complain, but the thing is, it used to be these games would have gone through, like, the first 2/3 of their development, and we wouldn't even have known they existed. They wouldn't actually announce them as anything more than a, blind item in the gossip column until they were much closer. Plus, yeah, I mean, it takes a lot less time to make a game for the NES than it does to make with these. So yeah, I think that 4 years absolutely was fine. And I didn't feel cheated by the Switch version. Yeah, I had to wait to play it, really. Huzzah! I think this thing was absolutely worth, basically, I sunk $150 into this over 5 years, so it's not a huge. But no, this was absolutely worth buying a second copy just so that I could have it, the best version for you guys to look at. But I'm not, like I said, I don't regret the Switch version. Yeah, this plays a little better, but the Switch version I beat OD. Can't wait to get my paws on this game. I wonder if that's somebody's pet. Drink more coffee. I actually don't like... here we are, Clan Proton John. Let's see. Do I know any of these people, just out of curiosity? Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet for a bit while I look to see if I can see my name. Well, I'm sure I was in there somewhere. I can't even remember what name I used. I'll have to check when I actually process this footage in 6 days, and see if I can find my name or not. The Shovel Knight. Yeah, I mean, just all the little references and little bits and pieces are great. There's so much love for the entire Castlevania series here, as well as looking forward to creating a new property. I really hope there is a Bloodstained 2. I liked Curse of the Moon, and I'm pants at classic Vanias. I wouldn't mind another one of those. But I really hope there's another one of these. Please, Iga. I know you guys are working on DLC, and I'm looking at that, and honestly, I might get interested in the I may do the DLC for you guys at some point. I know there's the randomizer. Yep, there we go. Achievement, Army of the Night. And now we are back at the title screen. Yay! And okay, so we have the credits we can watch again. In the extra mode, we now have a speedrun mode. You can play through the entire game. It basically skips all of the dialogue and cutscenes and crap. And yeah, I'm at 34 minutes. Maybe I will show off some of this crap in a bonus episode after all. Yeah, exit. So, yeah. I think, yeah, there probably will be a bonus episode that will just have me looking at the 2 extra modes. Not for very long, it won't be a very long bonus episode. My next LP, I am going to probably do Okami Den, but there might be a slight delay. Even though I'm not working right now, there's other stuff I need to do, and sometimes honestly, I just need to relax a little in between LPs sometimes. Plus, I need to do some fanfic writing. It's been a while. But I have had the best time doing this for you guys, and I hope you have really enjoyed doing this with me. So I want to thank you, all of you, for joining me for Let's Play Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Be back tomorrow for the bonus episode, and then back after that, in a couple weeks for Okami Den. Thank you, and have a great evening. Good night. This is it. The Ultimate Demon, the Ultimate Profile, and the penultimate episode. Bonus episodes do not get profiles. It's time to talk about Baal. The first principal spirit is a king ruling in the east, called Baal. He maketh men go invisible. He ruleth over 66 legions of inferior spirits. He appeareth in diverse shapes, sometimes like a cat, sometimes like a toad, sometimes like a man, and sometimes in all these forms at once. He speaketh very hoarsely. The appearing in diverse shapes is pretty much solely the Goetia. The Pseudo-Monarchia Demonium and the Infernal Dictionary both just say Baal appears with the heads of a man, a toad, and a cat all at once. The demon's name is sometimes spelled with 2 A's, which indicates that the demon is probably a demonization of Baal, which means Lord in the Northwest Semitic languages of the Levant, and was often used in the Bible, usually for the storm god Hadad of the Canaanite pantheon. Other than the multiple heads, and I guess the fact that Dominique is technically invisible for a good portion of the fight, there's not much else here, so why don't we discuss how this fight is supposed to go, since we kinda blazed through it. Baal's life bar has 4,444 HP, just like Death in the DS Castlevanias. This is because 4 in Japanese can be said as she, which is a homophone for death, and thus 4 is considered bad luck, rather the way 13 is in the West. Now, the thing about Baal's life bar is that it is only decreased when you attack the head that Dominique is occupying, and she can move around during the fight. Any damage done to the other heads can temporarily kill them, but they'll revive and it won't go toward ending the fight. The heads will circle around you, attacking with their various projectiles, while Dominique throws out the occasional Tis Wraith. Eventually, the wheel of Baal will stop, and the head Dominique is in will be at the lower right. At this point, Baal will do a more powerful attack, whose form depends on what head Dominique is occupying. The cat sends out a beam of electricity right through the middle of the arena. Go up or down to avoid. In the second half of Baal's life bar, the arena will also temporarily be filled with lava. Invert will nerf this. The toad will flick its tongue out at you. Just crouch, get close to the toad's neck to dodge. The human head, which is apparently the true head of Baal, will shoot its tongue straight out. It's barbed. Again, go up or down to dodge. Baal can be incredibly hard if you don't realize which head actually takes damage. Or, if you've ground as much as I have, made all the recipes, gotten the best armor, and upgraded your shards, you can steamroll the asshole in about 2 minutes. Oh, and unlike any other boss in the game, he's not immune to Standstill, OD's shard, which lets you freeze time. Combine Standstill and Jeebel's glasses for the ultimate power fantasy moment. Basically, Baal is Chaos from Aria of Sorrow, except that the first part of the boss fight with Dominique is actually pretty fun and challenging, and the second part is there. The challenge is really figuring out what to do, rather than doing it. That said, it's thematically satisfying, comes at the end of an actually pretty good final boss fight, and all in all is really kind of the equivalent of taking Sephiroth out with one final Omnislash. Not a letdown so much as a denouement.